Cool. Greetings, Internet people. I'm going to show off a game engine that I've been working on in a program called Construct 2. And you should be able to see my development environment right now. I haven't really planned out what it is I want to say about the game or what I want to discuss as far as features, so I'm going to kind of wing it. At the beginning here, I haven't even really named the character yet or the game. I've been working on developing an engine, implementing the features that I want, and some content. I haven't gotten too far along with the content development yet, but I feel like there's enough put together that I can show you at least a little something about the game and give you an idea of what it is I'm trying to achieve with it. If you notice here at the beginning, there's going to be sort of a tutorial level. It's pretty straightforward. And then once you get through that, you're going to reach a mountain, which is going to contain your first real dungeon. And you can see I've done one section of the mountain so far. Anyway, by the time you get to the mountain, you'll need to sort of navigate your way through, defeat enemies, and you'll end up going down through the mountain into a mining section and taking an elevator up into an actual mining colony. It'll be sort of a typical, RPG, Paper Mario type town. There'll be NPCs and quest givers, item shops, and some random events that happen there to progress the story. Without further ado, let me go ahead and run the game. Okay, the yet unnamed main character of the game is sort of a space marine type guy. In the storyline, I'm going to create an animated introduction sequence that shows that he's escorting this diplomatic convoy. You're going towards some peace negotiations. You're attacked and shot down on this desolate mining colony planet. Your ship is damaged and useless right now. The only companion you have is this robot that accompanied you, and you can see that he has a Y indicator over his head that indicates that he has some dialogue. Now, the game's running a little choppy because of the recording software that I'm using, and I'm previewing it in Firefox, so some of the lighting and alpha features will not display, but it should be good enough to give you a sense of what's going on in the game. And if I press Y while standing next to him, the robot will talk. He's got a couple of pieces of dialogue to share. And he instructs you to walk a few meters away. He's going to serve as sort of your guide / tutorial on the game. One of the many NPCs that I'm working on. So I'm going to walk a few meters away. As you can see right now, my jump height is not that good. I get over here, I get a signal, and I can press Y again, and he has established communications. And he's telling me to search for useful supplies. I haven't found any yet, but I will. And he tells me that he's later on going to download a map, which is a feature that I'm working on. Once he unlocks it, you'll be able to press start to view your status screen and the map and all kinds of stuff like that. There's some outdated dialogue telling me to bypass an obstacle, which is up there in the air now. But he indicates that you can press the right trigger to do a roll maneuver to bypass obstacles. And of course, once you do, the Marine will do a roll. If you jump and then you push the right trigger while you still have inertia going up, he'll actually do a roll maneuver in the air. and give you a little bit of a boost to your jump, sort of like a tuck and roll. Enhancement module detected. Okay, the enhancement modules are basically your power-ups in the game. You can see at the top of the screen there's right side and left side enhancement modules, and right now the only thing I've got is my fist and my single shot. So the only weapon I have is my punch. As you collect enhancement modules, new ones will be unlocked up there. And this one, of course, is the jump boots, which now greatly increase my jump height. Also, he indicated that if you press the Y button while you're mid-jump, you'll do a boost. So I'll go ahead and show you that after I talk to this communication. Okay, there's a bug that I need to fix. If I jump and I press the Y button, notice I get a boost. Whoops. And of course the Marine can swim. Now the thing about enhancement modules is there's no ammo per se on the game. Oops. As you use the enhancements, notice the blue bar at the top of the screen. The red bar on the left indicates your shield/health, and once that's depleted, you die. On the right, using enhancement modules will actually drain your energy level, and your energy level will determine how much you can actually use weapons, boosts, things like that. These yellow blocks are destructible. I've got way too many of them here right now. Oh. I want to try to knock down on the top of these. There's another enhancement module. I'm going to try to get to it. So I punch some of these blocks away. You can see the blaster enhancement is, whoa, avalanche. Well, the blaster enhancement's in there. If I can get to it. Okay. Now I can use the right bumpers to change to the blaster. The first ranged weapon in the game. And notice I've included multi-direction firing. I'm thinking about redoing that system to give him even more directions that he can fire in. Right now it's just 5. We'll see how that goes. And I'm going to push my roll. I'm developing it for controller support by default, but I'm adding keyboard support as I go. I want to make sure everything controls fluidly. I'm kind of a controller baby. That was what I was weaned on, so that's kind of what I'm developing it for. Now here you see another type of enhancement module. If I go ahead and collect that, notice at the top my maximum shields and energy have increased. Over here you'll see the first enemy in the game. I haven't really done much with him yet. He's kind of semi-non-functional right now. I can aggro him, get him to attack and chase after me, but he can't do any damage to me right now, and I can't do any damage to him. I can shoot him in the eye, which will cause him to blink, but like I said, I can't hurt him, he can't hurt me, so I'm just going to leave him alone for now. This fist icon is a placeholder that I've got that indicates if you hold down the jump button, you'll cling to the ledge. And it's going to be useful for wall jumps and mobility later on. Notice as I use my blaster, the blue bar at the top sort of drains down, and then it slowly ticks back up over time. Okay, and I've come to the mountain. I haven't really tried to climb this thing yet, so we'll see how it goes. Whoops. Maybe you need to animate it a little better, but so far I can get up there okay. And into the first dungeon. Now I've only done one small section of this dungeon. I envision lots of traps and enemies and that type of thing. Plenty of things to hurt your character, so you'll have to move through with a little bit of sense to you. There's going to be plenty of hidden rooms, rooms that you can blow up, hidden entrances to, etc. And you notice this cavern's kind of huge. I'm going to use the developer cheats to unlock a couple of things. If I push all the buttons at once, notice the top of my screen, I get more weapons and a lot more energy and shields and stuff. I want the game to have some influence of Super Meat Boy. And what I mean by that, notice how high I can jump at this point. I've also got a dash maneuver that can really affect my jumping and my speed. I want a lot of the gameplay to focus on mobility. I envision rooms like this would have some huge sort of creature that you would need to defeat, and your key to defeating him would be outmaneuvering him, basically. Big, slow, dumb enemies versus the tiny little fast marine that can just dart around like crazy. Let me show you some of the weapons. If I switch over to my missiles, got a more powerful projectile. I've also got a flamethrower that will be used, can be used as a weapon, but primarily will probably be used to activate traps and switches and set things on fire. Got bombs for blowing open holes. I've got a telekinetic weapon. This will be used to lift large objects and activate switches and things. And of course I showed you the dash maneuver. And then I've also got a multi-shot. If I click the left thumbstick in, notice the symbol in the middle changes. And now I can shoot more than one projectile at a time. Eventually I'll make my way through this dungeon, get down into the mining section, come out the elevator on the other side into a town. I haven't developed a lot of the content yet. I've been doing bits and pieces as I need them to test the game. Been primarily focused on creating the game engine itself and including features like the weapons, like the variable zoom, which I've neglected to show you. I'd say the game engine itself is about 60% or so complete. And once I've got that finished, then I'll be able to focus on creating the game contents, the dungeons, the towns, the item shops, etc. I would like to generate interest in the game. I mean, if you have any questions, I have no problem showing you how the soup's made. If you want to know how I achieved a certain effect in Construct 2, I'm happy to share that information. If you know anybody that is a hobbyist or a developer that might want to actually volunteer on the project, then send them my way. As long as they've got good references and they're a nice, solid person, then I'm always looking forward to working with new people. That's basically it. Like I said, I hadn't really planned out what I wanted to say in this video. I just wanted to show off the game, some of the features, and maybe put it out there for people to see. And if they want to talk about it, want to ask me about it, then hey, all's fair. Thank you for your time, Internet people. I hope you enjoyed the video.